Alright, time for some more Dungeons and Dragons news. There's been quite a lot recently. I've been having to work quite hard to actually pull everything together. Today we're going to be talking about Stranger Things and the Dungeons and Dragons starter set that's going to be coming out. I'm going to go over it very shortly. I'm just doing my sound check to make sure everything is working correctly. The sound check seems to be reasonably alright, so that's good news. Okay, alright. Now, if you haven't been part of my live streams before, normally what I do is I present everything first and then I open it up to questions in the live chat. You will find the start time to this video down in the description so you can get past all of my sound check stuff. How's it going, Dark Strider? Hello, how are you? If there's anybody else in the chat who wants to say hi, the time is now, because I'm going to get straight into this, try to work my way through it fairly quickly and then open it up to questions. Hi Riley, how's it going? Okay, so as people are jumping into the room, I think it's time to start, shall we? Hi, welcome to HowtoDandD. My name is Fred Wheeler and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons 5e, but more importantly, I want to talk about something that's very exciting, and that is I want to talk about the new Stranger Things Dungeons and Dragons 5e starter set. That's right, seriously, there is one coming and it's on its way. So Stranger Things is the Netflix TV series and it's essentially combining Dungeons and Dragons, the role-play game, and that TV series, which is kind of awesome. It's really going to make the whole hobby grow. This is essentially the Dungeons and Dragons 5e starter set being absorbed into popular culture in a really wonderful way. So what is actually going to be in this box set? What will you get for your money? Well, as it happens, the box set includes the opportunity to play the adventure that was played by the kids in the actual TV series. So you get to embark on an exciting Dungeons and Dragons adventure. That is the hunt for the Facial Hydra, which was created by the character Mike from the Netflix original series Stranger Things. So it's actually the adventure the kids play in the TV series. There's a colourful rule book which contains the core mechanics for the game on how to play Dungeons and Dragons. There will also be I believe there are 5 pre-generated character sheets. Each of these character sheets are characters that were used in Stranger Things by the actual actors in the TV series. It includes 6 polyhedral dice, the same type of dice you would get in the normal Dungeons and Dragons starter set, and it will include a couple of miniatures. This is the Demogorgon miniature, one that has been painted and one that is unpainted, so that those of you who really want to sort of try out your hobby skills can actually paint one up yourself. So all really exciting stuff. Slightly more content than the standard Dungeons and Dragons 5e starter set. Now, here is my assessment of the whole situation, given that we are looking at, I would say, a new age in Dungeons and Dragons. It's been working towards this for some time. This is all designed to make Dungeons and Dragons mainstream. This is going to have included in the box set, there's going to be advice on game strategy for new people. So it's set up to bring new people into the game. There are going to be tips for players to advance their character, not just from level 1 to level 5, but also beyond level 5. So there's going to be some content and ideas around doing that as well. It's officially licensed, which means there's no court hearings, there's no problems in terms of how it's going to play out. So it's all done legal, which is great. It's for players aged 14 plus in years, which I think is sort of a little bit rough. I thought 12 plus would have been fine, but apparently 14 years plus is what's recommended on the box, and it's for players, about 3 players up from there. So you can have 3 or more players, and then of course you'll also have to have a dungeon master to be able to play the game. Now, as you can see from the image I'm showing you right now, it looks a lot like the famous red box Dungeons and Dragons set, which was published and printed from 1983 through to 1985. I have to say I'm really pleased this has taken place. This really changes the ballgame for Dungeons and Dragons. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about the Stranger Things TV series, which I find hard to believe because even people who haven't watched the TV series have probably heard about it over the news. This is what I have to say. So the TV series Stranger Things opens with 4 kids playing Dungeons and Dragons around a table in their basement, which this is all too familiar for anybody who's ever been playing Dungeons and Dragons. Old school Dungeons and Dragons fans will be very familiar with the idea of sitting around with their friends, small collection with some junk food, and laying out a map or some pictures or having a folder, dice, stuff like that. All things that take us right back to our childhood. And this is appealing obviously to not just those people, but also appealing to a totally new audience. Everybody at the table is passionate. Everybody is committed. Everybody is excited about what is taking place at the table, and which is why when it was put out as news to people, people were quite excited by the concept of seeing these 4 kids playing a game that they had heard so much about but really didn't know very much about, and they could see them playing it. And it was done on prime TV, on a show that had a huge popularity behind it. This made that particular scene very, very famous. It essentially made people curious about what was going on in that TV series and what was this Dungeons and Dragons, because they tied the concept of Dungeons and Dragons into the story of Stranger Things, which is what makes it really, really appealing to a lot of people. This is where it really gets interesting. That very first opening scene then has the kids arguing about whether to cast Fireball or not. A shouting match. We're all familiar with the excitement building up about, how to deal with the major threat, because suddenly the Demogorgon has shown up, that 2-headed beast and creature capable of wiping the entire party out. And that passion and experience that is portrayed by the actors in Stranger Things has fed into popular culture now. Everybody has really, to a large extent, expected to see more Dungeons and Dragons played on the TV series itself, and it has happened to a little bit here and there, but essentially that first opening scene is what sold it. So Dungeons and Dragons, Stranger Things, they have been combined. And for the good, I personally feel that there's nothing bad about this. So Dungeons and Dragons will never be the same after this. This is due for release on Amazon on May the 1st, 2019. So of this year, 2019, May the 1st on Amazon, which I suspect means that you will probably see this being released early in your local game stores who are supporting Wizards of the Coast. Very exciting stuff. So did you want to play Will the Wise or Dustin the Dwarf? These are all possibilities now. That is it. I have done my best to cover as much as I could about what I know about the new Stranger Things Dungeons and Dragons starter set. So if you found this interesting and educational, then great. Please share and like the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Hit the bell button to be notified when I go live and when I publish new videos. If you want to support my channel, you did so by watching this video, and I have hundreds more you can watch. I don't do Patreon, but I do have affiliate links down in the description. And yes, there is an affiliate link to the starter set, the Stranger Things Dungeons and Dragons starter set. The pre-order, the affiliate link down there, you can click on. That will help support the channel if you are interested in this product. And if you're not, that's fine too. And this is your opportunity in the live chat to ask questions, give feedback, tell me what you think, and let's share what we know about it. And if you're not part of the live stream, that's what the comments section's all about. Go down there, type what you need to, and let me know what you think. Okay, now that is all I have, and till next time, keep rolling those 20s. Okay, I'm not gone. I'm just going to switch over to my face cam, get myself in the middle, and we'll have a quick chat because I know I put this up on my community tab for the YouTube channel, and I did that because I really didn't have time to put together anything. So I have taken a bit of time to actually put together a collection of information. Hopefully I have answered all the questions that I can answer that people might have. Here we go, we're over. We're on. I'll just bring up the chat so I can see what's going on. And there we are. I've said hi to Dark Strider and to Riley. How's it going, everybody? Riley, I'm about to get it on Amazon, but I was wondering if it's good. Look, nobody knows. It's still up in the air. We don't honestly know if it's going to be any good. What I think you need to understand is it's probably just, you know, the same 6 dice you got in the original starter set are probably very much the same dice that you would get in this set. The 2 miniatures, we didn't get any miniatures in the starter set, the original one, so this new one has 2 monster miniatures. Now they are the same monsters, but one is unpainted, one is painted. You can now use 2 of these creatures in your game, which kind of makes me think there might be 2 showing up rather than just 1, maybe as a big surprise. I am only speculating. The core rules was already in the starter set, the original one, so the core rules will still be in this box set. Will there be some changes? I think from the sound of it and description that I have read on Amazon, there is a slight adjustment. Very much the same thing as we saw before, maybe just a bit more. And I think the price point for it is going to indicate that it is that they're doing something a little bit more with this compared to the other one. And I also think that this box set is, it's not just, look, you got to understand, this is not an adventure that was probably designed and built and created by Wizards of the Coast. It's probably designed and created by whoever wrote the show, because I would suspect that if you put something like Dungeons and Dragons into a TV series, which is a very risque move, really risque, you have to be a huge fan. It's got to be a fan boy or girl who's done that, and they've probably written the actual adventure ages ago and used it as just dressing on set. And that has probably been picked up by Wizards of the Coast, and they've said, look, you've written it, can we put it out to the general public? Can we release it as a product? Is there a way of doing a deal? And I think that's quite possibly what's taken place. Hi Tommy, how's it going? Dark Strider, do you think they will make expansions? I don't know. I'm not sure that there is necessarily a market yet. I think that we need to see what happens with the starter set. I think it will go down well, but like all products, if the product is not good, if the adventure, because really what holds the whole starter set together is The Lost Mine of Phandelver. The original one, that adventure is really high quality. It's a good product. That's what really holds the whole thing together. Everything else they're doing, they're trying to make the package bring back nostalgia for people, because it does look like the famous red box. I think a lot of the box artwork sort of shows that there's been wear and tear on the box. So they're probably trying to give you the impression that it's been around a while, that it was being used back in 1983 or 1984 or whatever. The booklets inside have got wear and tear, you know, actually printed on the actual books. They're not worn or torn, it's just the artwork has been, to make it look like it's older material, that it's been around a while, that it's maybe had coffee stains or tears or rips in it, that it's been scrunched up, things like that. Dear Jesus, how's it going, Dear Jesus? It's amazing that kids that age can play D&D when I, as an adult, still forget some rules. Well, to be fair, I think you'll find that most people who played Dungeons and Dragons as a kid didn't use all the rules. They used some of the rules and they dumped some of it and they made the rest up as they went. That's quite often what takes place. I know as an adult, when I was trying to pick up Dungeons and Dragons, since I didn't play it when I was a child, we didn't use all the rules. I used only parts of the rules, and that was Dungeons and Dragons, the advanced Dungeons and Dragons. So we only used some of the rules, not all of them. There were so many things to remember. And Dungeons and Dragons 5e is far more accessible to an audience now. Okay, somebody's put hashtag in there. Well, good on you. I'm going to get to you, don't worry. Dark Strider, I was kind of hoping that that figure would be in the box as well. Yeah, the figure, there's two of them. There's two figures in the box. Now, if you're talking about the two-headed Demogorgon image that I showed you, I believe that that won't be included in the box. I think you'll have to get that from a different source. But if the starter set takes off, you can be guaranteed, I would imagine you'll be guaranteed that there'll be an official release of that miniature that people can try and pick up later on. It all comes down to whether it's a successful launch and the product is a good product. Okay, well, now, by the way, the miniature the miniatures in the box are medium size. They're like 28 millimeter high. So is it 28 millimeter high? I think it's right. So don't think you're getting a large size miniature or a huge size miniature. It is supposed to be essentially the same scale as it would be if you were in the Dungeons and Dragons Stranger Things TV series. Because essentially there's got to be some sort of adjustment, because they're not necessarily using the same Demogorgon that was included in Mike's adventure. They are using the monster that was featured as a real threat in the TV series. Okay, Will, how's it going? Fred, happy Monday from California. It is Tuesday here in New Zealand, and yes, thank you very much. I hope you are having a good night, good day, good evening. It's probably very, very late where you are if you're over in the States. I do realise it is about 10 past 7, that's PM in New Zealand right now, so it could be quite late for a lot of people. Dark Strider, Alice in Wonderland background, awesome. Yeah, well, look, I think the idea is that they're opening up Dungeons and Dragons to popular culture. The more they do that, the more likely the hobby will survive beyond our generation. And I wouldn't be surprised if one day we see Alice in Wonderland in another story of its own. We'll see how we go. They seem to be doing a lot of that recently anyway. How's it going, Harry? That's Harry Miles. Yep, Harry Miles. Does it follow 5th edition core rules? Yes, it will be using the Dungeons & Dragons 5e core rules. That will be there, okay? Just repackaged in a different form, maybe with a little bit more additional information to help advise new people. Really, this is Wizards of the Coast having a second shot at building and putting out their starter set. So I would imagine all the things that they felt they didn't do right the first time, they're going to try and do right this time round. So they will probably make sure anything they felt like they should have put in last time goes in this time. There's always regrets, right? Hi Travis, I'm going to just have a drink of water. Travis Porter, okay, yes, I'm looking forward to hearing good things about when it's released. Kind of doubt Wizards of the Coast will release this trying to capture more mainstream audience. Well, no, I think that they are trying to capture more mainstream audience. If you disagree with me, I totally understand, that's fine. But I think that is definitely what's going on here. I think a lot of people were very curious about Dungeons and Dragons, and to suddenly produce a game, there are how many board games are coming out that have the word Stranger Things plastered on them. Monopoly, Stranger Things Monopoly, Stranger Things, there's going to be a lot of it. Okay, it's going to be one of those things that they are going to gravitate towards. Travis Porter, poorly that is. Yeah, we'll see. Dear Jesus, I really hope the adventure included a unique and set up as a module. Well, I think the adventure will be unique. I think because really the TV series didn't really give away much of the story, other than they faced this horrible beastie, the Demogorgon, at the end, and then the battle and argument about whether you should cast a fireball or not. So I think that's definitely going to be a unique adventure. I think we'll be sure to see something that is unique that we haven't seen before. Okay, look, hi Tommy, look, it's midnight where you are. It's time to go to bed, everybody. I am going to be heading off very, very shortly, and I really hope that people enjoyed this. I hope that I have answered what questions I can, and now it's up to you to go and do your own research and find out if this is a product or a box set that you might be interested in. Now, when it comes out, I will do a review. So for those of you who are hoping I would do a review on the product, I will. I will give my honest opinion. I won't be able to give you an opinion based on running the adventure, but I will eventually run the adventure so I can give you a more in-depth and solid understanding of what's going on. I know a lot of channels don't necessarily run pre-made adventures, but I know that a lot of people want to know what somebody else thinks of it after they have run it, rather than because they flipped through and read a few pages. It's not quite the same thing. Travis, what do you got here? Reword, I doubt while trying to capture a wider audience that they will release a poor module. Sorry, I flubbed the words. No, that's cool, Travis, no problem. Yeah, no, they'll do it right. They will make sure they get everything lined up. Tommy, thanks for see you all next time. Yeah, that's right. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye from Australia. Good night, everybody. Good morning, good night, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is. Look after yourself, as always. Look after your family. And hey, thank you for showing up. And we'll see you later.